Alright guys, I just got finished recording and watching the producer's letter. There is so much to unpack here. I'm just gonna focus on the certain section of this producer's letter first, and sorry, producer's letter. We'll start off by looking over, of course, Saiyan Day. Saiyan Day is next week, so there's gonna be a new unit, and of course, can't really go too in depth because it's already been shown, and I need to disable. Can I take this off actually? Okay, never mind. I guess I can't take it off. Uh, it won't let me take it off. Okay, fair enough. But let's go. We got some new stuff in here. Well, obviously, the first thing I'll say is we have a new. Well, I shouldn't be saying this. I'm not saying this correctly. The way that they're doing this is now they're releasing LRs in Saiyan Day. You're fucking crazy, but this is true. We have LR Majin Vegeta and LR Majin Vegeta plus Super Saiyan 2 Goku as a tag unit. This is huge. And also they're releasing was it Pui Pui as a banner unit. Oh my god. After the amount of years that we've had a what's called it, an R Pui Pui, uh we now have it as our Pui Pui. Or a TUR Pui Pui. I'm assuming this Pui Pui is going to be very good as a banner unit. They have to make these banner units great, even if they're non-hype. But this is cool. Okay. Let's talk about them. Pui Pui's info hasn't been dropped. Has it been dropped actually? I should have pulled this up earlier, but has it been dropped already? No, it hasn't. It hasn't been dropped yet. Okay. So we'll talk about the new tag LR first. First off, oh, actually, before I go into it, animations, they look pretty fire. They're pretty good. Not insanely crazy compared to some of the other LR animations I've seen, like the what's called the Dokkan original ones, and the insane anniversary level animations from Part 2 11th anniversary GDC. But this is a good step up though. I do like the animations in these, pretty fire. You'll be seeing my reaction to it after this, or if it's already up, then there you go. Let's go into this. They are extreme physical, so you can put this under Deborah because Majin Vegeta is actually part of it, to say the least. But you can put Deborah under his skill, I believe. Actually, let's pull up Dokkan info right now. Let's see, tools now. There we go. Let's put him in. So, what is it? Pure Saiyans. Corroded body. And then gifted. Gifted warriors. Where are you? Right here. And then the categories in here will be Majibu Saga and Uncontrollable Power. Let's go do that. So, Majibu Saga and Uncontrollable Power. Alright. Let's see who's in there. So we have the new LR. Oh, we have Spirit Bomb Goku. Broly's in there. Super Saiyan Gohan and Attack Super Saiyan Gohan and Trunks and Goten. Oh, he's in there too. That's fire. Of course he would be in there. They're in there. That's nice. Of course they're in there. He's in there too. That's pretty huge because you can link now. You can link this guy up with this unit, which is cool. Broly's in there, that's really nice. Yakon, that's nice. Of course, Deborah will be in there. Oh, this Bopovich is in there. Oh, nice. You got you got Int Fat Boo, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Oh, you have this guy as well. Oh, what the hell? You have him too. Oh no, that makes sense actually. And you have the new EZA Majin Vegeta, which I'll talk about a little later. But yeah, the category is actually not too bad from what I'm seeing right here. So I think you got a pretty solid team to work with. Uh, he so you do start off as Majin Vegeta, just to let you guys know. He does have an EX Super, but to kick things off right here, yes, he does stack attack and defense on his 18 key, and then raises it for 1 turn on his 12 key. He does have an EX Super. Unfortunately, it's a 60% chance instead of a 70% chance like the previous ones. I still don't understand why there are chance to super when it could have just been a conditional base kind of crap. Please don't do this. If they release another one with another percent chance to proc, I will scream. But his EX Super greatly stacks attack and defense, does ultimate damage to all enemies, so that's an AoE. It's effective against all types and disables enemies' actions once, which is fine. His passive, though, god damn, okay. 3 key, 300% attack and defense, 300% attack, 200% defense, 18% damage reduction with guard. With 3 or more key spares or with 3 or more extreme class allies, he gets 3 key with at least 1 key spare. He's 180% attack with an additional super when attacking. 180% defense with 18% damage reduction when receiving an attack, so 36% damage reduction and guard so far with defense. With 5 or more key spares or 4 or more extreme class allies, so they're really pushing the extreme class allies or the super class allies for this team essentially, is what I'm guessing. 3 more key, 18% more damage reduction when receiving an attack, and 180% defense when receiving an attack. That only procs once. So we're talking 54% damage reduction. No. Yeah, 54% damage reduction with guard. And with 7 or more key spares, or with 5 or more extreme class allies. God damn, dude. They really want you to build a team with extreme class allies. Well, they are extreme physical. They get 5 key, and then 5 more on top of that with a key. Wait, what? So you're getting 10 key with 7. What am I reading here? So you're just getting 24 keys straight off. You're gonna get 24 keys straight off the board, I think, right? 3, 6, 9, 19 plus 6. Yeah, he's getting 24 keys straight off the board if you get 7 more key spears. Or if you have 5 or more extreme class allies, which they're pretty much expecting you to do with this unit. Let's keep reading. 180% attack when attacking. 300% attack with 30% chance to crit with 18 or more keys. This guy's going to get 18 key plus easily. When receiving attack from enemies hit by the character super, interesting, gets 200% defense. And when there's another Majin Buu Saga category ally in rotation or starting from the 5th turn, you can then switch to Super Saiyan 2 Goku, which this is actually a turn 1 exchange if you meet the first condition. But if you don't, you're gonna have to wait 5 turns. It's not bad. But you'd still want to get that turn 1 exchange, which he does stack. He does stack, so I wouldn't really mind having to wait 5 turns before I can exchange. But so far, he's gonna be flooded with key, essentially. If you run a full extreme class team. Key spears really depends on the path if you don't have a lot of extreme class allies, because they expect you to run 5 or at least 5. At least 5 is what they're expecting you to run with. But when you do go into Goku, which by the way, his animations are pretty fire, and they have battle motion, I believe, which they didn't show in here. No. Majin Vegeta, I believe, already has a battle motion. I think it's Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel that doesn't have a battle motion. And if we go into, let's see this. Yeah, his battle motion looks pretty sick, by the way. And his super attacks are also really good. Dude, yo, that is pretty sick. And then that's his he has an active skill as well. And surprisingly, it looks like it looks like a versus unit from One Piece Treasure Cruise, but they just added it for this guy. Okay, that's pretty fire. So his 12 key raises attack and defense, so he also stacks as well, and he gives allies 18 defensive support. So they both stack. It just really depends on who you want to switch to, right? And then gets 3 key, 250% attack and defense with 18% damage reduction, 40% chance to dodge. See, this is what I like about this kind of dodge unit, is that he has damage reduction in case he gets hit, which I know for some people they think stats is a lot and it's enough, but technically it's not. Technically. With 4 more key spirits or 2 more superclass allies, gets 3 key with 1 key spirit obtained, 180% attack with an additional super, and 180% defense with a chance to dodge plus and damage reduction plus 35% when receiving an attack. Sure. Sure. Let's give him 75% chance to dodge. I like this. With 3 more superclass allies or 6 or more key spirits, gets guard. Oh my god, yeah. See, this is what I like about this unit now. 75% chance to dodge. 53% damage reduction with guard with 6 or more key spears, and it gets more key. Bro, this guy is cooking right here. 8 or more key spears or 4 or more superclass allies, he gets 3 key, 180% attack, 30% crit, 20% support, additional 30% support with the Majin Saga category when attacking. And then using the active skill or when attacking with 18 or more key gives him 300% attack and 30% extra crit. So we're looking at 60% crit, 53% damage reduction, and 70 to 80% chance to dodge depending on the amount of key or superclass allies on the team, which is probably doable. Let's take a look at his active skill because he does have one. Can it be activated when there are 3 or more extreme class or superclass allies on the team, or starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle? Easily done right there. Greatly raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage, and all attacks become crits, and changes all key spirits to physical or int. Oh, wonderful! That's so easy to do because that's how it works. This unit's gonna get key, but he doesn't have. But he has orb changing in his active skill. Kind of don't like that, but they made it a little easier to get by putting more superclass allies. So it really does depend on how you build this unit, whether you want to get, more dodge and damage reduction with this unit, or if you want to stick with, if I can, come on, or if you want to stick with this, which I don't mind either. I think both of them are pretty damn solid. I think going to Goku is just more worth it in my opinion, but I can't underestimate Vegeta. I cannot underestimate Majin Vegeta yet until I use him. Alright, let's go into the other stuff right here. Yeah. So we have the campaign. It's gonna give us 66 stones for logins and through missions. Then they're bringing this back. This is the event that gives you, I think, like 5 to 10 stones per day. Why wasn't this in the 11th anniversary? Question that. Why wasn't this in the 11th anniversary? Why? Just why? Anyways, we're getting 50 more stones from this, so 116 stones is what I'm assuming that we're getting out of here. And then they're doing all these other changes. So, oh, sorry. They're adding this. There we go. They're adding a new stage to this. 7 more, or what you call it? I think 6 more stones. Plus 7 more tickets by clearing the new stage that will be coming out for Saiyan Day, which was the Seriously Serious All Out Battles 2. And then they're making major changes. The first major change that they're doing is taking off restrictions on Extreme Z areas. For 7 years now, almost 7 years actually, when Extreme Z areas came out, people or players did not like adding restrictions to these events, especially with having specific characters. They're now removing that, except for the most current one, but they're now going to take off those restrictions starting in April, which I think is pretty good because a lot of players are coming in and they're not going to have enough time to grind all these things. So I guess what they're doing now is just relieving all these restrictions and just letting new players take on these stages so that they can grind the characters much faster and get all their teams buffed and ready to go. I'd say this is pretty fine. I don't think this is really gonna this is gonna impact the game pretty heavily because a lot of players now can ECA these characters. So I'd say this is pretty substantial right there. Another one that they're adding, I think this is probably long overdue. They're now removing advantage effects from the original Dokkan events. So if you were playing like in 2015, 2016, you probably remember how difficult these events were because all of them relied on specific links or characters that are boosted in these events to deal damage. They're now taking those away. Quote unquote. The difficulty of the event is still there. It's just now you don't have to grab those specific characters and beat them. But let's be fair. A lot of the characters nowadays can sweep through all these stages like no tomorrow. Trust me. I know because I've been through this for many years. They're now taking it away after 9 to 10 years. Or actually 11 years now. But you guys get the point. Alright. This. How long has it been since we had this kind of thing? So this is a pretty similar thing to how they do it for Global versus JP. It's now going to be split between having Saiyan versus Saiyans or Goku versus Vegeta. I do not care who you're on, but this kind of sucks. Personally, it kind of sucks, but I don't mind hearing guys' opinions on this one. The way that this Veda Showdown campaign works is there are two teams, the Goku versus Vegeta. There are different prizes for them, but of course, the one thing that sucks is that there's two different wallpapers, and you can only get one over the other. They have effects, thankfully, but you can only get one. You can't get both. I wish they can give both. If they say they can get both, that's probably going to be announced later down the line. But at the moment, you just cannot get both. You can only get one or the other. There will be a stage specifically made for this campaign, and these will be the ones right here. It's a key event, so unfortunately you have to, whichever team that you use, you'll be able to use keys for that. I don't know how many keys you'll be given. I'm pretty sure you'll be given enough keys to even do missions for them, which there are. But there are 3 challenges, and I believe they explain it here. There's 3 missions. First mission is to clear the event 30 times with a team, and I'm assuming it's going to be Majin Buu Saga or something like that, I don't know. Next one is going to be clearing stage 2 with 6 Super Saiyan 2 category characters on your team, which you have to make a Super Saiyan 2 team. The fact, I've heard maybe 1 or 2 people say Super Saiyan 2 is now irrelevant. Look what they're asking you to do here. Congratulations, they're irrelevant again. Sort of. And lastly, they want you to get the new Baba exchange item, Kiri, which is, if I remember, it's that little energy meter item that Babidi and his minions have used to obtain or observe the amount of energy a person exerts. And if I pull it up right here, that's it right there. That's all it is. So all these things are related to this campaign only. I'm assuming this will last until the end of the celebration, but for me, I'm gonna go with Team Goku, so I'm pretty much gonna go up against Vegeta, and I'll see. There are winners in this event. I'm pretty sure they'll probably give out a lot of items depending on the the winning team. But right now, just choose whoever your favorite character is and just go with that. Goku or Vegeta, won't matter. And then finally, EZA Int Majin Vegeta. He's getting an EZA. I'm not surprised that they're doing this because this campaign, this celebration is related to Majin Buu Saga with Majin Vegeta versus Super Saiyan 2 Goku. So guess what? This guy makes more sense. His info won't be revealed till later on. Oh yeah, they're also changing this. So last year, if you guys don't remember, or you better remember actually, July was GDC and September was the quote unquote Tanabata celebration for both Global and JP. They're now gonna switch it back to having both Global and JP celebrate Tanabata, and then after that we'll be celebrating Global's anniversary. I understand why they're doing this because they want to make the events, I guess, more hype in a sense. They want to bring out everything that they got for the global campaign, and we're gonna be getting back-to-back LRs. That's all I'm gonna say. Everything from July to freaking October, November, back-to-back LRs, straight up. And this is exactly what we're getting here, guys. So get ready, because we're going through hell once again in 4 months. 4 months from now, guys. Oh my, we're screwed. Oh, I'm gonna be broke by then, man. Come on. Well, yeah, they're switching it up. But right now, that's all I wanted to talk about for the Saiyan Day campaign. We'll be talking about the rest of the stuff that'll be in here, which is Dokkan Frontier. I want to make that a separate video because there's a lot more to go over than just what I'm talking about now. So let me know how you guys feel about Saiyan Day overall. Let me know how you guys feel about the new LR, Saiyan Day LR, and some of the other stuff that's in here. As always, I'll see you all in the next one. And by the way, these guys might be worth pulling.